What's up, MEGO fans? What's up, DC fans? Welcome to the M.I.B. Master Museum. I'm your curator today. And guys, we're going to be taking a look at DC Comics' Green Arrow. And a lot of the younger fans probably know this guy from the TV show that they have on. But we're going to delve a little bit deeper into Green Arrow's history, his origin, and definitely the new Figures Toy Company's release of this figure within the last year. Originally, MEGO produced this figure, and he did a great job at it. And actually, he's one of MEGO's best figures. He sold pretty good, and he does well even now with collectors on the secondary market. You can get big bucks finding this guy in pristine condition on a card. He's on a Kretzky card right here. This is definitely a replica Kretzky card that Figures Toy Company did to a T. They did a phenomenal job on this figure. Collectability is off the charts with this particular figure because he's so popular. Just a really cool figure. And he was one of the few MEGOs that came with accessories. I mean, bows and arrows, the quiver, you know, you name it, he had it. And another, let's get in close on our hero here. Just the head sculpt is just phenomenal. Just a phenomenal head sculpt. Let's get in there. Looks great. That famous beard, curved beard, just phenomenal. You can see his quiver and his bow back there in the back. There's the outfit, super cool. Carrying boots, and this is what makes him super collectible. 1,000 Kretzky card Green Arrows were produced. I have number 745 of 1,000. And guys, that's when you're only producing 1,000. This is how, you know, you run his collectability up and off the charts. But I got good news. You still can get Green Arrow. At last checked, Figures Toy Company and several other on-site toy lines are carrying him. Emerald City Comics, I believe Toycade. These guys are all carrying Green Arrow. Really cool figure. Let's get into a little bit of Green Arrow's background. Green Arrow, his original name is Oliver Queen. And the creator of Green Arrow is Mortimer Weisinger and George Papp. These are the guys that created and came up with the cool idea of creating Green Arrow and his likeness. He first appeared in More Fun Comics, and that was issue number 73. And the date was 1941 of November 1941. More Fun Comics. I don't even know if those guys are still around now. So he was not originally, Green Arrow was not originally a DC character. He made the transition. And a little bit more on Green Arrow's history and background, origin. He's a billionaire businessman, owner of Queen Industries, and he lives in Star City. So the TV show really didn't get too far away from his true origins. This character's true origins, and he's really cool. He's an expert archer, swordsman, martial artist, acrobat, you name it. It's almost as if he's another version of Batman. And a billionaire, he was a billionaire playboy, But there's several origins, if you will, of how he became Green Arrow. And from the Golden Age all the way to Silver Age, all of these, different timelines and eras for Green Arrow. You see, he dates back to 1941. So he was around. So he when the new writers took over, they kind of switched things up, switched his backstory. But for the most part, from my digging into information and archives, I kind of saw some of the same consistent storylines for his backdrop. So I'll tend to stay with that. And that was pretty much, he was on his yacht partying, fell off, was lost at sea, landed on this island, and had to really survive, teach, probably something he has never had to really do, being a billionaire, spoiled playboy. So he had to live on this island for so long, and then a ship came by, and he thought it was a rescue ship. Well, he was going out to meet it anyway. Turns out the ship was in danger because there was a mutiny going on. So he fixed a mast, to hide his face, and went on board, saved the passengers from being taken over by these pirates, so to speak, and really said to himself, you know what? I got something here. I really have something here. I can use this for good. And all the skills that he learned while he was on this island, because basically it was by any means necessary for survival. So he became an expert, archer by, making archery equipment and weapons and things of that nature, and really honing his skills and fine-tuning his skills, and his physical skills as well, So he went back to civilization, took back over, his company, but he had something new. Oliver Queen had something new. He had a new purpose in life, if you will, a new purpose, and he wanted to do something with himself, as opposed to just being a billionaire playboy that partied all the time and was more of a socialite. And then that's how Green Arrow truly was born. And Figures Toy Company, like I said, they just did a great job on this figure. There's several. Turn this guy around. Check the back. I think this is one of the coolest shots of Green Arrow. That's just a cool shot. Let me back out a little bit for you. That's pretty. That's just, to me, that's awesome. Just a cool. He's a cool superhero. Once again, as a kid growing up in the 70s, when I read the Green Arrow comic books, he was cool because of the human side of him, the human aspect of Green Arrow. He didn't get bit by a spider. He didn't come from another planet. This is a regular human being with physical peak abilities, high intellect, and a lot of money. We don't want to forget about the money. The second I hit the Powerball or the lottery, I'm becoming a superhero, guys. Because all your rich guys are superheroes. So, but I just think that he, you could relate to him as a kid growing up because he was human. He didn't fly. He didn't have super strength. So it was really cool. Only thing I needed was a crossbow or bow and arrow, and I was Green Arrow. Didn't quite pull it off like he did though. Let's see when this particular set came out. Let's get down there. 2015. Yeah, but I've had him for about a year. I've had this particular figure for about a year, and like I said, Green Arrow Figures Toy Company has made several variations of Green Arrow. This being, to me, one of the coolest. But what we do at M.I.B. Master Museum, we want to step it up just a notch because we have another rendering of the famous archer Green Arrow himself. Let's move this guy to the side. Here's the debate. Here's the debate. We have our Superpowers Figures Toy Company, Superpowers Fist Fighter Green Arrow with fist fighting action. Great artwork over there. Now, here's a trivia question for all MEGO fans. Was there ever a Green Arrow fist fighter? Trust me, it's a real curveball. You guys got the answer to the question? Please leave it in the comment box right underneath this video. Some say this is the first actual version of Green Arrow being a fist fighter. As you can see, dead on likeness. Just great job. These guys are, like, as always, there for museum quality purposes now, but the fist fighters were big back in the day. And here's another trivia. Well, it's not even so much a trivia, more of a historical fact. The stores that were carrying MEGOs, like the Gaylords, the Kitty Cities, and Kresge, and which is Kmart, and the rest of these places, were getting a little upset with MEGO when they released the fist fighters, because they said, well, what do we do with the rest of these guys? Because now the hottest toys on the market now are the fist fighters. Then all the kids wanted to get a fist fighter. So if you had a regular vintage MEGO Green Arrow, we'll use Green Arrow as an example, and then you had the fist fighter Green Arrow. I mean, if I'm a kid, I want the one that throws punches and karate chops. So there was the dilemma for MEGO to try to figure out how to kind of make things interesting and fun for the stores as well as the customers. So they had to come up with all these different ideas. I don't know personally how they did it, because like I said, once the fist fighters hit the market, I mean, they did pretty well. They did pretty well. And if you could find a fist fighter mint on a card from any superhero, mint on a card, you're going to get a lot of money for him. He's a pretty penny, basically. So, well, with that being said, let's turn this guy around. Once again, they give you the instructions on how to use your fist fighter. He can throw punches, or he can simply throw. You can disconnect the arm, hit the back of the switch, and he goes into karate chop mode. And there's our fist fighter Green Arrow. They're coming out with a plethora. Okay, guys, I'm on my dictionary game today. A plethora of fist fighters down the road. And we'll be covering those guys as well. But for now, this is Green Arrow's show, and let's get in close. We want to see the fist fighter Green Arrow. Really cool. If you notice, let's see. No, he's yeah, dead on. Dead on. Just the outfit to me really does it. He's just a well-made figure. Just the coolness factor of Green Arrow is off the charts. Just off the charts. Let's go over to our Kresge card. Green Arrow again. And there's the collectability factor there. Guys, that's all the time we have now. But just because we're leaving, don't mean we're finished, guys. We'll be back with more great offerings and renderings of your favorite MEGOs, your favorite G.I. Joes here at M.I.B. Master Museum. Guys, we have it all. We have it all. We're not stopping. We're not even slowing down. This train is in full mode. We're rolling. We're steamrolling our way, guys. So just hop on board. Don't get left behind. Guys, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel. As always, thank you for all of our subscribers, our new subscribers that have come on. Welcome to the family. And to our old ones, thank you for the love and all the support you've been giving us. And guys, once again, you know the drill. Keep collecting.